One day, you're a corporate assassin. The next, you're bleeding out with terrorists living in your head. Cyberpunk didn't just switch the stakes, it transformed the player. Cyberpunk 2077 isn't just a game to me. It feels like a movie you live in. And what surprised me the most isn't the world or the visuals or even the choices, which is amazing in its own self, but it's how deeply you end up caring about these characters. Today, I want to talk about how Cyberpunk 2077 builds character-driven storytelling, why it works so well, and why choice-based games can still tell a powerful, emotional story. So, the real question is, how does Cyberpunk 2077 make us care about its characters, even when the outcome isn't fully in our control? Let me expand on that. Cyberpunk is marketed as a choice-based game, right? You pick dialogue, you choose paths, you decide how V reacts. But the truth, you don't actually control the world. Night City doesn't bend for you, unlike some games like, for example, Skyrim. Just say you're the Dragonborn and become all the leaders of all the factions in the whole Skyrim Dark Brotherhood, the companions, you know what? Throw in some vampires in there too if you want. Dawnguard, so many you could choose from, and just rule over Skyrim. But in Cyberpunk, corporations don't change. Power structures stay broken, and that's the point. Cyberpunk isn't about winning, it's about surviving long enough to decide who you are. What makes Cyberpunk feel cinematic isn't the plot twist, it's the characters. Johnny Silverhand, loud, broken, slowly humanized. Judy, grief, moral boundaries. Panel Palmer, loyalty, found family, resistance. River Ward, justice versus system failure. These characters aren't just quest givers. They interrupt your life. They argue with you. They sit with you in silence. Sometimes they leave. And the game doesn't rush past that. Cyberpunk used techniques movie use. Long, quiet conversations. Closed camera framing. Stillness instead of actions. Letting scenes breathe. Oh yeah. Where was I? Literally started editing. Realized half of my video was gone. And you know what? I was looking at the time. I was like, this is only 4 minutes? I spoke really fast. Anyway, there are moments where nothing happens, and yet everything changes. There are moments where nothing happens, and yet everything changes. That's cinematic storytelling. The game trusts the player to feel, not to react. What's fascinating about this is no matter what ending you choose, there's loss. There's no perfect outcome, and somehow that makes the story stronger and more replayable. Because Cyberpunk isn't asking, did you win? It's asking, who did you become before it all ended? I think that's what makes Cyberpunk really stick with me. It reminds me that stories don't need happy endings to matter. They need honesty. They need characters who feel like they lived, even if the moment was very short. That makes me think of Jackie Wells. The moment was very short, but it stuck with you. And sometimes caring is the point. So I asked the question to you: which Cyberpunk character stayed out with you after you done what? I tried to save myself with that, but I could not. The question is, which Cyberpunk 2077 character stayed with you the most and why? I guess I'll go first. I guess I'll raise my hand and go first. I would say Panam. I think she was the most real, flawed character. Like, I could mess with. Like, I could vibe with. I could like be like, oh yeah, we could be friends. Like, you know, she blows up, but like she thinks about it. She's very real. She doubts. She's very flawed. I should just say at the end. Or did the story hit you in a way you didn't expect? Especially since the 2.0 ending, especially since the initial release. Before it was updated and after it was updated, and before Phantom Liberty and after Phantom Liberty. Let me know down in the comments. I'll see y'all later. Let me go back to editing this video. Bye bye.